What's going on YouTube? It's Ali Dope and I'm checking in once again with another dope YouTube video. And today I want to discuss the 5 things I wish I knew before I started shooting music videos. Let's get into it. Now, music videos are always evolving. Back when I started, we're not going to talk about when that was exactly, but back when I started, it wasn't too many tutorials, rarely any camera reviews, barely any tutorials out for me to learn how to create music videos. There was a lot of music videos to watch, but not too many to teach you how to make them. So I just want to share some important tips I wish somebody would have shared with me when I started shooting music videos. My first tip for the music video directors out there is please, if you're not the shooter and you're just a director, make sure your DP has an ND filter. You need an ND filter. The reason why I feel like ND filter should be number 1 is because I didn't take camera gear, besides the quality of the camera, into too much consideration. I didn't really care about stabilizing. I really didn't care about sound. I really just needed my camera and my lens, and I thought I was gonna be good. That was until I started shooting a lot of vlogs, outside events, and things like that. Now, there was always like this beautiful sky in the background with all these clouds and things like that. But for some reason, I could never get the shot how I wanted it, because I always had to either raise the ISO up because the sun was blocking out my subject, things like that. So after I got an ND filter, it was able to help me bring some of that detail back into the video. And from there, I've been using ND filters for like everything I shoot. The only time I don't use ND filters is because on the Sony, I actually don't have an ND filter for this. So most of the time I don't shoot it like that. But for my Blackmagic and when I had my Canon, I had the ND filter that I use. So you can get step-up rings too in order to get it to fit, because it has to fit per lens. It's a whole thing. Look into ND filters. Please. I would suggest you get you one. My second tip for the upcoming directors out there, you have to write a treatment / have your shot list together. You want to be prepared when you hop on set. The directors and the producers, they're the main ones on set, being looked to as the leaders. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to be unprepared on set, not knowing what you want to shoot, kind of winging it. It's okay to wing it and come up with concepts and come up with ideas on set, but you do want to have a strong blueprint, a strong roadmap of what you're trying to achieve on camera before you get out there and start wasting everybody's time, especially your time. Another reason why I tell people to use treatments or shot lists is because you want to separate your videos from everybody else's videos. A lot of people, when they first start, they shoot a lot of videos at the gas station because it just has the best lighting. You can have your car there and it's a free venue to shoot at. Being able to location scout some free locations or paid locations or affordable locations, putting together some sort of story and having some sort of underlying meaning will mean a lot to the artist, and it will help your portfolio a lot and help you stand out from the crowd. Also, the type of shots and the type of emotions you want to convey on screen, when you write it out prior to getting on set, it's easier to just follow on a checklist and be like, okay, got my medium shots, got my wide shots, got my close-ups, got my B-roll. It's easier to just check off the list instead of thinking about, okay, what shots do I need to get? Because those are the times you usually forget what you're supposed to be shooting. And I know, being a director, working in especially the rap and hip hop game, artists always hit you back last minute or give you a week's notice. That's just the way of the industry. So you just always have to be on your P's and your Q's. So having set treatments or set shot lists or pre-made treatments, if you just have ideas, it's always cool to just be able to pull out the piggy bank and provide it for artists, because I think you can get paid more money when you have some sort of idea and they believe that you are the expert in whatever you're doing. Now, the third tip is gonna be lighting is everything. It's a major key. Lighting is the key, man. It sets the tone to the whole video. Like I mentioned before, it's either the gas station lighting, this lighting that I have above my head here. It could be practical lighting, such as a lamp, such as an iPhone, such as some of the lighting I have back here. It just adds to the element of the whole video, like just adding ambiance pieces. Even if you use light with fog, like it just adds another element to the video. Important. If you ever have a budget please try to get a DP and get a gaffer. The gaffer is the person who does the lighting. So try to get you a person who's great at just lights. So if you can have a great looking shot, great lighting, everything else is like, can be figured out. But those are the two major keys, lighting. Now, and I want you to think about certain directors and artists and certain producers, certain cinematographers who use good lighting setups. I particularly love Martin Scorsese's, I can never say his name, but Martin Scorsese. Scorsese. And his cinematographer's lighting and what they come up with, the type of mood and the dark tones that they set in the actual film. I love their colors. I try to replicate Martin's video elements a lot in my music videos. You can see a lot of his movies in my videos sometimes. So I really like dark colors. I like strong contrast, bright saturations, beautiful skies. That's kind of my style. That's where I got it from. Even having a simple portable light can brighten even the darkest scene and just add another element. You can have just one light from the top to convey like sadness and happiness, or maybe something from the bottom that displays like, oh, he's being interrogated or something. Or maybe if it's just from the side, if you want to do like an interview style type of video. But there's all types of ways. Let's take a quick break. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. You can receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium using the link in the description. You can learn new techniques, video editing, YouTube, music video production, all on this website from some of the best and the brightest in the game. One-on-one course lessons. I've used them. I learn a lot on Skillshare, so I definitely recommend you guys investing in your education. Tip number 4 is gonna be, there's gonna be different shutter speeds to convey different emotions. When I discovered shutter speeds, it was a game changer. Before, I used to always use the same shutter speed for everything. I think it was like 1/60. I think it was the double of the 24 frames because I felt like that was the film look. But when I started exploring different shutter speeds, you know, having a low shutter speed to give it that flowing Travis Scott effect. But also when I used to shoot in a club and you drop the shutter speed, it can brighten up because it allows more light into the lens. Also, when you crank it up, you can get nice, fast, speedy motion. Sometimes when you have the 1/60 shutter speed, it gives you like a film look, which isn't always the best for every situation. It always has different emotions, have different shutter speeds. So that's where I get back to that. Now me, this is being shot 1/80 at 24 frames per second. So this is where you get like a nice, I like this. This is my YouTube setting pretty much. If I was shooting a music video, I'd be shooting 180 degrees because I shoot on a Blackmagic. So that's the shutter angle. So there's shutter angles, there's shutter speeds. So when you get into cinema cameras, you'll start learning about that. But like try lower shutter speeds, man. Crank up that shutter speed if you want fast, high motion, well, just so you can see the differences, what I'm saying. Change it up, man. I feel like everybody just stick one thing and they only have one swag. Like have multiple swags, have multiple eggs, decorated eggs in your basket, you feel me? My last and final tip for this evening is gonna be, get you a deposit. Yes, sir. Make sure you get your money.
Seriously, do you have my money? Where's my money? Where's my money?
See, I've gotten scammed a few times in my career. I feel like coming up, people get got. It's just gonna happen. People are smooth, people are slick, and especially when you don't have your business together and you're just eager to do the art, it just happens. So I've taken my L's recently, in the past, especially when you're not represented by an agency or you don't have like a manager or something. If you're doing everything yourself, sometimes it's hard to just come off of, let me get my money. Humans are just wishy-washy people. So that's just how it is. It doesn't matter how rich or poor your client may be. People are cheap and always looking for the cheapest way to do something or not have to pay for something. So sometimes you could shoot the music video, do all this work, edit the video, and then they don't want to pay you the other half for some reason. You did all this work and you don't get paid at all. You pulled up, shot and everything, and now it's time to pay after you shot, edit the music video, waiting for some money.
And he made me. Now you listen to me and you listen to me closely. I want you to get yourself together and get back out there and get me my money. Now, I don't care how long it takes you, you get out there and get it.
And nothing's happening. It's happened to me. So make sure you get a good deposit up front. And make sure, if I was YouTube, I would definitely get paid the day of the shoot. So I get a deposit to lock the day in for me to shoot. And I usually get paid the day of the shoot too. Like, so it all should be paid in full. I already prepped. I came and shot. Now in order for me to go edit, I'm gonna need the rest of the money to finish the product. You know what I'm saying? Just start thinking like that. Now, unless you're dealing with like major companies, Universal or Def Jam or these big companies, you're pretty much going to be shooting on net 30s and things like that. That just means you get paid in 30 days, 60 days. Some I think you can do even net 90 or something like that. I never heard of that, but like blew my mind when I figured it out too. So just make sure you're having all your business credit set up, your business funding, your personal credit set up, so you can be moving the most efficiently when you're creating. You can't do any service unless you get paid to do the service. In my mind, you shouldn't even be brainstorming. I can't think of no locations. I can't even think if I'm free that day if you're not already talking about where should I send my money. Just money makes me feel and move and think so much better. Who would have thought? Yeah, that's all my tips I got for you guys for today for music videos, and the 5 things I wish somebody would have, whispered in my ear when I was coming up in the game. I'm just giving that to you. There's, like I said, there's a lot of information out there that you can go find from other creators. I'm just helping provide for my community because I got community members at all stages, advanced, beginner, intermediate. I got people who are designers. I got people who are music video directors. I got people who are just photographers. I got people who just like to do beats. Like, it's a whole bunch of people on here. So I just want to be able to cater to everyone. So appreciate you guys listening. I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form. Once again, I just want to come into the new year providing different type of knowledge, different type of ideas, and I want to be able to come out with videos a little bit more consistently. Like I said, I don't want to have to wait a long time to put together a 30-minute, 20-minute tutorial all the time. Sometimes I just have something to say, so I'm gonna say it. And if you don't already, I'm already posting on the stories. I'll be posting on the communities here soon. I'm going to Atlanta this weekend, so I'm be making a video about that when I get back. So that should be fun. In the meantime, in between time, man, remember to keep learning, keep creating, and most importantly, keep hustling. Until next time, I'll be dope. I'm checking out. Yes, sir.